the closely packed moment. So now for that now to happen, closely packed moments are marching with tachyonic rapidity. Tachyonic, the speed of light greater, the speed of an object greater than the speed of light. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, no object in the material world can move with the speed of light. But then there are, from the other side, things which can move with a speed much higher than the speed of light, but never reaching the speed of light. Coming down. Tachyonic speed. The closely packed moments are marching with tachyonic speed. Rapidity of the decisive time. Savitri endured the speed and thrust of the event. All these things that are happening rapidly, Savitri is able to endure because of the luminous calm in which she always lives. She is awake, she is ready, she is firmly seated within herself, seated in the dynamism of a strong soul. She looks on this great, smiling, dangerous world and hears the ignorant cry of living things. She sees the forest, now this is a forest kind of a scene, and she sees the winds rustling, the animals moving and crawling, firmly seated within herself, seated in the dynamism of a strong soul. She looks on this great, smiling, dangerous world and hears the ignorant cry of living things. The aliens have gathered themselves into a diamond-like movement, and Savitri rises to confront time and fate. Yes, the noon has arrived. Savitri rises to confront time and fate. Confront however harsh and hostile things might be. Savitri is immobile in herself, and within her soul she holds a conquering force that can meet any eventuality. Occult yogically, Savitri is there now. Splendid, luminous strength. This is the day when Satyavan must die. This is the day Satyavan has to die. We'll read that passage again, I think also. 2.36, 36, last few sentences. Afflicted by his harsh divinity, bound to his throne, he waited unappeased the daily oblation of her unwept tears, the god of pain. All the fierce question of man's hours relived. Savitri is reliving the question of man. What is man's question? Question is of life's afflicted roots. How to handle the lives of people. All the fierce question of man's hours relived. The sacrifice of suffering and desire earth offers to the immortal ecstasy began again beneath the eternal hand. She, awake, she endured the moment Saritma and looked on his green, smiling, dangerous world and heard the ignorant cry of living things. Amid the trivial sound, the unchanging scene, her soul arose, confronting time and pain. Immobile in herself, she gathered force. This was the day when Satyavan must die. So that is the conclusion of the whole passage, you see. This was the day when Satyavan must die. This is the day when Satyavan must die. This is the day when Satyavan has to die. It is a necessity of his birth. The theme of Satyavan's death is introduced right at the beginning of the epic, in the very first canto itself. 341st line of Savitri, they got this. This was the day when Satyavan must die. Beginning of the epic, not will die, but must die. Satyavan will die is not a thing at all, you see. Must die is significant. Everything is quintessenced in it. Everything is gathered in that one single phrase, must die. There is a purpose behind his death, and it is that purpose which is distinctly served by mustard dye. It is in death's tremendous hour that a seed shall be sown. It is a grand celebration of this transformative death. So Satyavan's death is a very welcome kind of a death. It is a celebration of his death, you see. Grand celebration. It is a grand celebration of this transformative death. There will be no Savitri without this must die. If you don't have this must die, you can't have epic Savitri at all. The entire crux is in this phrase, must die. And here is now the predestined noon at the predestined spot. Everything is fixed, hour and place. All fixed or arranged in the depths of the green emerald forest. The ancient forest that was created for the great event. Obviously, it is for that purpose the Shalva forest was created, you see. It is in it the issue of primordial love and death is going to be fought and settled here. The war cry has been sounded, the divine conch has been blown, Shankhanad, Panchajanyam, as the Gita says, has been blown. Gods and goddesses have crowded in the sky to witness the battle between Savitri and Yama. Savitri is now a flaming warrior from the eternal being. In her, the great World Mother rises. It is the Divine Mother herself who is rising in her. She is here now in a full occult dynamism. It is because the eternal hand has taken everything in his possession. So all this is happening. The death of Satyavan, or the eternal being seated in the void, or the Supreme Himself in the inconscient creation, or the timeless lover, the second and last death of His makes a beginning with the divine manifestation upon earth. In it, the immortal becomes deathless. He is immortal, but now he is becoming deathless, free of death, you see. Immortal becomes death. Satyavan, 1 year after the marriage with Savitri, will abandon his body, His life here expended. This I am quoting from Mahabharata Savitri, Vyasa Savitri. Satyavan, 1 year after his marriage with Savitri, will abandon his body. His life here expended. His life is over here. Samvatsarena Kshanayura Deha Nyasam Karishyati. Samvatsarena Kshanayura Deha. Samvatsarena, 1 year after. Samvatsara means year. After 1 year. Kshana means his life has become feeble, has become weak. Kshana, Deha. His Deha has become now. He will abandon his Deha. Kshanayur Deha Nyasam Karishyati. He will abandon his body. 1 year completes one full cycle of time. Why 1 year? One full cycle of time. Satyavan and Savitri have lived together through the complete cycle of time, and it is in time that the cycle moves forward. You don't want to repeat the same cycle. Cycle has to move forward. Therefore, to terminate the cycle, he has to die, so that a new cycle begins from that point onward. In time, that cycle moves forward. Thus is the death of Satyavan. That is the death of Satyavan when time has matured up, ripened to the point that greater cycles set into motion. Not only the necessity of death of Satyavan, it is also that Satyavan and Savitri must live together through a cycle of time. It is not that 1 year after death, they have to live together, Satyavan and Savitri. must live together through a cycle of time. 1 year around the sun, samvatsara. Samvatsara means 1 year around the sun. We 1 year of earth. So that is the identification of earth of Savitri also, you see. We see here as the body, and it is that which is coming to the occult spiritual reckoning. So what is a year after all? Year is a body of man. And when Satyavan is abandoning the body, it means that when after the completion year he is abandoning the body, he is abandoning the whole cycle of creation. So the year is the body of time. Year is the body of time. And it is that he is abandoning. Samvasara, we see here as the body, and it is that which is coming into the occult spiritual reckoning. The sun god, Savitri, or in the Puranic tradition, who is Narayana or Vishnu, sun god, Vishnu. He is Vishnu himself. The soul of all the world, he is the soul of all the world. He is a central being. He is situated in outer space between the upper and lower portions of the universe. Upper and lower portions of the universe. The supramental God. He is stationed there between Satchidananda and the triple world of mortality down below. He, the soul of all the world, is situated in outer space between the upper and lower portions of the universe, passing through 12 months on the wheel of time. The sun comes in touch with 12 different signs of the zodiac. 12 different signs of the zodiac. And assumes 12 different names. Each has a name by itself, zodiac name, according to those signs. The aggregate of those 12 months is called a samvatsara. That is samvatsara. That sun passing through all the 12 signs of the zodiac, samvatsara, an entire year. According to lunar calculation, 2 fortnights, one of the waning waxing moon and the other of the waning moon, form 1 month. Now this 1 month, 12 months of this lunar cycle do not make one solar year. Yeah. An entire, according to lunar calculation, 2 fortnights, one of the waxing moon and the other of the waning, turn 1 month, form 1 month. That same period is 1 day and night of the planet Pitraloka, the departed beings. Pitraloka, the departed beings. That is it. According to stellar calculation, a month equals 2 1/4 constellations, you see. Because of the different, you see, lunar month is about roughly 29 days. And this is 31 days, you see. So this is different. So therefore, according to the stellar calculation, a month equals 2 1/4 constellation. When the sun travels for 2 months, a season passes. One season is made. And therefore, the seasonal changes are considered parts of the body of the year. They are the body of the year. And it is that now is changing, is abandoning, you see. 12 seasons. So in the Indian system, we have got 6 seasons. I told you summer, then rainy season, then autumn, then winter, then dew time, then spring. These are the 6 seasons. Each one roughly or 2 months. And it is that which makes it. Summer, Grishma, rainy season, Varsha, Grishma, Varsha, Sharada, Hemanta, Shishira, Vasanta. These are the 6 names of the 6 seasons, you see. It is to this one she passes. A month equals 2 1/4 constellation. When the sun travels for 2 months, a season passes. And therefore, the seasonal changes are considered parts of the body of the year. Now, therefore, see, in the world, the love of Satyavan and Savitri is experiencing all the aspects of the seasons. Of the summer, of rainy season, of winter, of due time, of winter, all those things. They are experiencing every aspect of the season. When they have matured up in that year, then Satyavan is free to die. Satyavan's death is necessary at that point of time. So, this is the meaning of Samvatsarena Kshinayur Dehanasam Karishyati. Samvatsarena, year. Kshinayur, Kshina means life has become feeble, weak. Kshina. Ayu, life. Deha, body. Deha he is abandoning his body. Karishyati, abandoning. Finish. And this is what we got here. This is the day when Satyavan must die. This is the day when Satyavan has to die. Now this has to die. In one of their meetings, Shivandu and his disciples used to gather around in the evening after the accident for first few times, and they used to kind of chit chat, their gossip session, so to say. And on one occasion, Purani asked him about Satyavan and Savitri's story and all that thing. And then Shivandu said that Satyavan has to die. He used the phrase has to die in 1939 or so. And in Savitri, we got Satyavan must die, you see. So there you are. I think we have come to a full stop for this canto now.